Chef's Table Season 3 on Quiz Monkey along with Vicente
Look at
Velez.
the top of his head.
Yes, it's been a while. Let's start off with the Super Bowl. Great defensive battle. I agree.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Sure, it could have been a little boring, but you know, most of the people are offensive-minded people. They want to see offense, but people didn't want to see defense. They got it. They didn't like it. But let's agree on one thing: the halftime show was bad, god awful.
That was the worst halftime show
I
have ever seen.
Yep, I agree.
It was so bad.
Let's go with the NFL
Free
off
agency.
season.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the big moves. Starting with the Giants trading Odell Beckham to Cleveland for a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and Jabril Peppers. Then you would have Jacksonville sign Nick Foles to a 4-year, $88 million deal and cut Blake Bortles, who
Big deal.
eventually signs with LA. And then that brief moment where everyone thought AB would go to the Bills didn't happen. He goes to Oakland, California with John Gruden. They're going to do pretty good this year, I'd say.
Yeah, they're
Same as
alright.
Yeah, same as the Browns.
I said they get 7 wins. Raiders.
Well, I should say they're
Browns
going
are
to
going to win their division.
Yeah.
They have to draft right. Oh, they don't have the first one.
But they did, like, the Browns are going to do good this year. They have the Odell trade. They signed Kareem Hunt. They traded for Olivier Vernon. Sure, they lost a right guard, but they get Olivier Vernon. They made some big moves. How about the Jets making money moves?
CJ moves.
CJ Mosley, Jamison Crowder, but then you get Le'Veon Bell, who I think should have stayed with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but no one likes Big Ben because he's probably recalled.
Yeah. How about Philadelphia? They signed Malik Jackson, a good replacement for Timmy Jernigan, who left. And how about probably the most memorable one? The Eagles training to get Deshaun Jackson back.
Ugh. Thank God he's back, dude.
I think Chip Kelly is at his home punching the air right now. If I look at my phone here as I'm taking notes, the Chiefs being retarded. They did release Eric Berry, but I can see why he's injury prone. But they did get the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, but they did release Justin Houston, and then they franchised D Ford, right?
Yeah, the guy that cost them the trip to the Super Bowl.
D Ford, and then they traded him to the 49ers. So they're losing most of the defensive key players, and they suck, so they're retarded.
And yeah, speaking of 49ers,
Let's go Tennessee.
they signed Jordan Matthews. They did sign Quan Alexander to a big deal. Okay, let's go to the Ravens.
Ravens also being retarded. They let go 4 defensive players.
Yep. And not only that,
4. 2 of their great linebackers.
CJ Mosley and Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs.
But they did get.
And they got 1 good defensive player. I would
Earl
have.
Thomas.
I would rather have all that core again, and then get Earl Thomas. Your defense is probably gonna be top 5 in the league, but no, screw it up.
They did sign Mark Ingram, who I think could be a decent running back. Then
But they didn't sign any receivers.
yeah, I
so
know
it's
that's
just
what
retarded.
I was about to get to. They cut Michael Crabtree, so right now their receiving core is shot.
They're drafting a receiver in the draft.
Yeah, let's talk about the Giants. Some people I know are Giants fans. The fact that you keep Eli Manning, who is
38 years old.
he's not. I used to defend him saying he was decent, but I don't know if I can defend him anymore. But you keep Eli Manning over keeping Olivier Vernon, who is like your best defensive lineman on the team. You let Landon Collins walk, your best defensive player on the
The
team.
Redskins signed him.
Yeah, the Redskins signed him.
He's gonna be trashed with the Redskins. The Redskins is way stupid.
Maybe. Then you trade away OBJ. I can see why you trade him away, but dude, if you get like Dwayne Haskins in the draft, that'd be Dwayne Haskins, he's most likely not going to start because, they have Eli Manning. Dwayne Haskins, Saquon, and OBJ, that would be a scary trio. But, not the case, and now their best receiver, Sterling Shepard.
First of all, why don't you talk about the Redskins? Of all franchises, their franchises suck. I would never want to play for those stupid Skins.
The fact that the Lions are turning into the Patriots 2.0, they signed Danny Amendola, Trey Flowers, who the head coach, Pat Patricia, yeah. The fact that he was the defensive coordinator for the Patriots, and he was coaching Trey Flowers. They're basically taking all these Patriot players and bringing them to Detroit. How about Harry Roseman from going $2 million over the cap to now having the highest cap space in the division with $25 million?
Howard Roseman, what a stud.
And I like how they brought back Ronald Darby. He is our best player, and it's a 1-year proof deal. Jordan, we lost Jordan Hicks.
And yeah, screw that dude. I don't like that.
I understand this is a business, but
we're probably gonna draft. If we lose a J, we're definitely drafting.
I feel like we get Ajayi back.
Yeah.
I feel like we get Ajayi back, and we end up getting a linebacker in the first round. Or a safety. I have a feeling, but
I want a linebacker.
I want Josh Jacobs.
I want a linebacker.
I want Josh Jacobs.
I want a linebacker.
And I want Josh Jacobs.
I don't want Josh Jacobs. We don't need him if we get a J.
I don't want Ajayi, but I want Josh Jacobs.
I want Ajayi and I want a linebacker in the draft.
I want a guy who has knees of an 80-year-old man.
Dude, I don't care. At least we have a good running back there.
Yeah, he could barely stay on the field.
Yeah, we got Josh Adams and Bigwood.
Let's go to baseball. Manny Machado signs a 10-year, $300 million deal with the Padres. I wasn't a fan. I'm not really a big fan of Machado. He's like, that guy cares about his ego.
He's a dirty player.
Yeah, he is.
Do that guy.
I remember he cleated someone, right? Bryce Harper.
With the Phils.
I knew it was gonna have to. Bryce Harper signs with the Phillies, a 13-year, $330 million deal. No opt-out or trade clauses.
Wow, he's gonna be here for him.
Yep, that was a record-setting contract, breaking Stanton's. But what? A week or two later, Mike Trout, a 12-year, $430 million deal, shattering his record by $100 million.
Dude's not leaving Los Angeles.
I wish he.
I mean, he's loyal though. He's a loyal guy.
I know. At least he's loyal.
He loves baseball.
That would have been cool if he came to the Phillies, since he grew up in New Jersey.
But he's gonna stay there.
It's March. You know what that means?
March Madness. Oh, my bracket's raped. So.
Yeah, my bracket. I have 4 brackets.
I have 2.
And like 3 of the 4 are shot. One of my brackets is a upset bracket.
Do swing it all.
Yeah, I have 1 too.
So
we'd have in the national championship, Duke and
North Carolina.
And 2 of them I have Duke and Virginia, and the other 2 are Duke and Carolina. But anyway, yeah, my bracket right here, Marquette got raped.
You have Marquette?
I have Marquette. I'm looking at the ones on my phone. My upset bracket is on a sheet of paper.
Tennessee's winning right now by 7.
Yeah, I had Mississippi. I was hesitating, but Louisville, garbage. Vada, I was thinking of picking Florida, because of the football team, but it would. At the same time, wait.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Florida too, because I do like their football team.
Same. I did pretty good in the Midwest. The only 2 I got wrong was I had Ohio. What? I had Ohio State. No, I had Iowa. I had Iowa going. I was thinking about picking Washington, but that didn't happen.
Auburn really messed me up there.
Auburn-
Kansas sucks.
Yeah, if I go to the South region, yeah, that's where like everything went bad. I had Mississippi, Wisconsin, Kansas State, and Cincinnati, right?
Buffalo.
Yeah. Garbage. I think if I go to my upset bracket, I don't think I have. I think I may have like 2 wrong. Hopefully.
I don't know. I have 34 points in the first round. I mean, second round, 21 points in the first round.
Yeah, Sweet 16, I have Duke, Mississippi, LSU, Michigan, Gonzaga, Florida, Texas, and Michigan. Then I have Virginia, Kansas, Purdue, and Tennessee, North Carolina, and Auburn, Houston, and Kentucky in my other Sweet 16. Alright, so now let's go to the NBA. Playoffs are coming up pretty soon. Playoffs are in the NBA are coming up rather.
Sixers had a really despicable loss against the freaking Hawks.
Who do you think is going to the finals? Golden State.
Alright, I'm gonna be biased. Sixers and Golden State. I don't want to jinx the Sixers.
If the Sixers have a very good chance of going, but
Yeah,
here's the
but
thing. They need a bench.
They don't have a bench and they don't roll.
And I don't like how sometimes.
Let's
Brett
get
Brown coaches-
Lou Williams back. Let's get him back. He scores 32 points off the bench like every night. He is their freaking team. Why does he come off the bench? That's a good. He's the best player on their team.
I think it's probably gonna be Toronto or Philly. But if you
Or
if
Boston. Kyrie has a mentality. He's been there before.
If,
So Gordon Hayward. Most of the whole Boston team has been in the playoffs.
yeah, but I don't. They never
Sixers,
go
they've
far
been
in the year.
that team has been. Well, Jimmy Butler's a veteran. He's been in the playoffs. Tobias Harris, I don't really know if he's been in the playoffs or not. Boban,
But it's either going to be Golden State or Houston. If Harden keeps on going with his 50-plus point games in the playoffs, Houston's going to the finals. But it's the Warriors. It's like the NFL. Like the Warriors and the Patriots are the same thing. It's if you go to the Western Conference, it's impossible to go to the finals. If you're in the AFC, it's impossible to go to the Super Bowl because you have the
These
Patriots.
teams suck. They're all
Yeah, none of that.
offense.
The teams are garbage, and they have the Patriots. The
Yeah,
NFC, there's a different team going
They all
every
have
year.
high-powered offenses, but their
Yeah.
defense just suck. And if they do have a good defense, their offense is not going to take them to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
That's how it works. You have to have a good defense, a good offense.
So, who do you think is going MVP in the NBA?
All right, I'm going to be biased here. Joel Embiid.
I want him to win, but it's not happening.
It's going to be James.
It's gonna be James Harden. If you notice, every time,
This dude has scored 60 points 3 times, I think, this year. I think. I'm not
4.
sure.
I think
4.
Let me look at it. No, he has 2 60-point games.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go, kids. MVP for the NBA is going to be Harden. Who do you think defensive player in the league is going to be?
Either Joel, Giannis,
It's either going to
Kawhi,
be Joel or Giannis.
or me.
Yeah. Do you think Ben Simmons is going to make a 3-pointer this year before
Better.
the playoffs?
Or
I have
he's gonna like him. He's not a lot of ability. If he can't shoot a 3, he's gonna be able to.
I have a feeling that he's going to start shooting threes in the playoffs. I have a feeling in my gut that he's going to start shooting threes in the playoffs. But, alright, who wins the World Series?
I'm gonna be biased on this one.
I think I may agree with you.
Phillies. Or Boston again. Or New York. No,
We don't
wait,
have
why did
to-
I? Phillies, but it might be Boston or New York.
Yeah, the Phillies have a stacked roster now.
Yeah, but it could be Boston. They're rough.
I mean, I liked how the Phillies obviously got Harper. They got JT Realmuto. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his
And the
name.
pitchers are getting
They
better.
have
J.K. Arrieta
McCutcheon,
had a season loss.
and we have Nola, who is a top 5 pitcher.
And Jake Arrieta, he had a bad team. But Zach Eflin should get better. Then we got a reliever, David Robinson, I believe.
Yep. How do you feel about the Phillies having Harper as like the designated hitter? Harper makes good plays in the outfield though.
I know.
Oh well, but we're not going to see a Trout. We're not going to see a Mike Trout.
Harper duo out there, but
It would be
it's
nice.
so
But at the
rad.
same time, I don't think we would have afforded him anyway.
No, there's no cap space.
Nope. All right, this is season 3, and yeah.
We did it! We painted the whole house, and without getting a drop of paint on anything but the flappin' flotsam, what's that?
It's an understatement. Oh my goodness. Number 2 for Bryce Harper as a Philly. And he is not going to give up that Nick Williams bat ever.